but we're on. So,
Okay.
Tessa, tell me a little bit more. It seems like you're pretty upset.
Well, yeah, I came home the other day and Jake was asleep, and I saw his phone on the couch, and he must have been playing Candy Crush because it was open. And I went onto his phone, and like the last picture he had taken was like a picture of him with another person on his phone.
Okay.
So.
Pretty crushing.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I don't want to make light. Betrayal is one of the hardest things I have to deal with, so
Yeah,
I can imagine that, yeah.
I immediately felt like I'm seeing red. I just like don't even, he's my whole life. I don't even see a point in continuing life, but I can't stay with somebody who's cheated on me. And I want to get him back, you know, I want.
Yeah, so just all kind of mixed emotions, and it sounds like right now it's pretty intense with maybe not even wanting to live. You've talked about having maybe suicidal thoughts. And
yeah, I've been thinking like, what else can I do? Like, it's totally against my principles to cheat. I'm not going to do that to him, but to just have him come home and I'm not alive anymore, I feel like that'd show him.
Okay. So this is real intense right now. You're
Yeah.
having thoughts about killing yourself because of this just a huge betrayal.
Yeah.
And it is hard. I'm curious, have you thought about a plan? Because I want to make sure that we can kind of talk this through. So we've got a whole hour that we can just look at this. And as you know from what we discussed as in terms of confidentiality, if I determine, and really hopefully if we determine together that you may need to be hospitalized so that you can really have that kind of intense time to care for yourself, that's something we'll discuss by the end. But I'd like for us to talk more about this first and just see kind of where we are.
Okay.
As you mentioned, you've talked about betrayal, which is one of the hardest things to have to deal with. And so and you've talked about having suicidal thoughts, and I'm curious, do you have a plan, or?
I mean, I don't know if I would call it a plan, but I like have ways that I visualize, like different ways where he could walk in the house after work, and like what would be the most like disturbing, or what would be the most shocking, like if I had the shower on and I'm in the shower and he like thinks I'm in there and then I'm not alive.
Okay. So kind of more vague notions, and right now it really feels like wanting to hurt him with the same intensity that you feel hurt right now.
Yeah.
But not kind of specific, like a date, like set a date.
I mean, it feels like really real right now, and I want to do something about it, but I haven't set a specific date. No.
Okay, so, man, just every reason to feel what you're experiencing right now clearly, and I don't mean to belittle it or anything, but something that's incredibly normal and unfortunately way too common. So I certainly see wanting to kind of get back, and also just not wanting to be here. So
yeah, I just want the pain to stop.
Yeah.
I was thinking I could just like light all of his stuff on fire. I was thinking like I could just have a bonfire and like get rid of all of my stuff, and then he wouldn't have to deal with it afterwards, and like I could burn all the things that are important to him, and then yeah, people wouldn't have to deal with my stuff.
People wouldn't have to deal with your stuff.
Mm-hmm. Like if I were to end my life, no one would have to like go through my belongings or my stuff. It would just be like everything that we had together would be gone.
Yeah, very specific image. We just want to, and in a way, that's just kind of feels like what's happened.
Yeah,
here
exactly.
to right now. Yeah. Okay. So, really intense thoughts right now. What is keeping you alive?
I think my dog. Like thinking about my dog.
Okay.
Thinking about like good moments that we had, but then that's painful too, to think about like
Sure.
good times, and it's hard for me to think about ever being with someone else. But
yeah, that's like beyond what you can do right now.
Yeah.
But your dog is something that brings pleasure.
Yeah.
And would probably miss you.
And he doesn't like Jake, so he would be really sad if I was gone.
So you kind of have an advocate here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And I don't mean to make light again, but yeah. Okay. So really clear that, man, this is hurtful, and you need some time to process. And you do have something to live for. Anything else? I mean, your dog. What's your dog's name again?
Gnome.
Gnome would miss you. What else? What else keeps you? Because I appreciate your courage being here now. And I would miss you. I realize we've got a professional relationship, and it's funky with having to pay and all that kind of stuff. But I've had a client suicide, and I know the pain that it causes. So I would miss you. And Gnome would miss you, so I'm curious as to what else keeps you alive.
I mean, you know that I don't enjoy my job that much. It feels like it would be an easy way out of my line of work, and I wouldn't have to like go back to school. I would just not have to deal with work. And then I have close friends, close friends that would be sad, but they have other friends. I feel like Jake is all that I have, so in a large way.
So we would just have to see that you're not feeling like work. This could actually be maybe a way out, but there's other ways out, I guess. And I also don't want to take the power away from you. I understand that you can do this, but we really want to explore options before we look at this. And that's why I would say, is there a way that you can kind of push this back? You don't have a date, which is nice. And what I would say is, man, I would love to, and I can even kind of bump you up to see you more frequently. And again, that's if we determine that it's okay for you to leave and be at home. Some people would rather kind of recoup and handle things at home, and we still have a lot to discuss with that.
Yeah, I don't feel like home is somewhere I want to be right now.
Is there other place you can go?
I can stay with friends.
Okay.
Yeah, it's embarrassing to admit to people.
Yeah, that's just betrayal is so ugly for so many reasons, and the embarrassment and just all those kind of hopes.
Everybody thinks we're the perfect couple.
Yeah. And replaying everything, I'm sure, and why didn't I catch this? These are real common things, and also be aware that nighttime, like waking up in the middle of the night, is going to be worse. So. Yeah. Sleep is going to be problematic, and then there goes your memory, and there goes attention for work and school and all that kind of stuff. Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry, I was going to use another word, but are you kind of committed to where you kind of work with me, though?
I feel like previous to this happening, I wasn't having thoughts of wanting to die. I'm not happy with my life, but your question of what do I have that's keeping me here, it's not like this was something that, in our sessions, like that's not what I've talked about in the past. It's
right.
Just, I feel really intense about this right now.
Yeah, okay. So if I asked you to commit to not committing suicide before we met again, and giving you some, we'll write out a safety plan with numbers and who to call. Sounds like if a friend's willing to let you stay with them, that's probably a pretty decent friend. And then also, an emergency number to call in my office, and you're willing to come and see me again, we could possibly discuss this further.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot to process here, and it unfortunately takes a long time to get over betrayal. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I don't feel like I can 100% promise you, because I don't know what's going to come up between now and then, but I feel like it's doable to pick up the phone and talk to someone if I'm feeling that way.
Okay. I'm going to want you to commit. I am going to want you to commit for Gnome and for me and for your friends and the people that miss you, that you will call.
That I can do.
If it really becomes intense between now and when I see you again.
That I feel like I can do.
Okay. I'm going to get that in writing.